Children, let's continue with the previous lesson from the diary of Annie Frank. Who has written the diary? So, from the title, you might have guessed what is the lesson about. It's about a small girl, 13 years old girl named Annie Frank, and she finds herself alone and lonely in the absence of a true friend. She is longing for a true friend. Although she has many members in her family, she could not confide in each other all her feelings and thoughts. So she has loving parents. She has a 16-year-old sister called Margaret, and about 30 people were there whom she can call them friends. But still, she has a good time. She has a good time with them, yet she is not so close enough to anyone in whom she could confide. So finally, she decides to write a diary and she called it and she named it as Kitty. Clear, children? And the present lesson is the page of the diary, and she wrote on 20th June 1944. Actually, this happened during the Second World War. Clear, children? And being a 13 years old girl, she felt lonely. And when talking about her family members, she had her father who was lovable. Who was an adorable person. We come across the word adorable. Adorable in the sense loving. He was a loving father, and he loved her mother, and they got married when her father was 36 and mother was in the age of 25. And her sister, she was born in Frankfurt. Where is Frankfurt? It is in Germany. So Margaret, she is the elder. She is the elder sister of Annie Frank. Clear? And what happened? Her father shifted to Holland in the year 1933, and she and her sister stayed for a few months with their grandmother. And then they too shifted to Holland, and it was during the Second World War, and she remained in the Montessori school till she was 6. And in class 6, what happened? She came across her teacher named Cupris, Mrs. Cupris. She is the headmistress of the school, and both of them loved each other. And what happened? She had to give a tearful farewell to her teacher when at the end of the 6th form. As I said, 6th form means it is the grade, 6th grade or class 6. Clear? And what happened? She loved her grandmother, and grandmother also died in the year 1942. That is what we saw. And what other instances we came across in the first part of the lesson? So, though she has loving parents and 16-year-old sister, she could not confide everything to them, and she was expecting a friend with whom she can share all her deepest thoughts. Clear? And who was the long-awaited friend here? Kitty. That is, it is the name of the diary, and she was very fond of the diary. And we came across one another thing is, she was discussing about the importance of diary, and she gave a comment that paper has more patience than people. Why should she think so? Because even people whom we are very close with, they will not have interest to lend their ears to listen to all your thoughts and feelings. They'll feel bored. At times they'll just move away from your place also. But diary, being a paper, it doesn't have any feelings. It will accept whatever is shared in it. So she feels that paper has more patience than people, right? So she is considering the diary as the close friend. So that is all we saw in the first part of the lesson. Now we'll pass on to the next part. It's about her experience in the class. It is her experience in the class. Let me begin with the stanza. It is given in page number 52. Dearest Kitty. So you can, from the phrase, you can guess how she was very fond of the diary. Our entire class is quacking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Can you understand? Yes, the entire class is quacking in its booth. Now, this is the experience in the, but on the particular day, they were all quacking in its boots. Quacking in its boots means they were all shaking with fear. They were all nervous. They were all so scared. What is the reason for being scared? The reason is, of course, is the forthcoming meeting. They are awaiting for a meeting. As you have this parents teachers meeting which will decide your what? Your result, isn't it? Likewise, they are also having the meeting. What do you mean forthcoming? Upcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form. So this is the result meeting. And they will decide who will be promoted and who will be detained, who will be depromoted, who will be kept back, in the sense who will be depromoted or detained. So this happens, obviously, this happens in all the minds of the students, isn't it? During the final examination, you will be awaiting for the result. You will be very scared to know the result, whether you will be promoted or not, because it depends upon your performance in the examination. So here, why students are nervous? Maybe some might not have done their exams well. Some will be very confident that they'll be promoted. So that is how the situation goes. Half the class is making bets. So now the children, they are making bets. They are chancing whether they'll be promoted or not. Clear? So some half the class, that means 50% of the students were making bets. Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. Gian, it is a short way of expressing. Maybe the author is not willing to express who's the person. So she has given in the just the letter alone, G, N, and the I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. So two boys, they were betting. And Annie Frank and the other child, they are laughing at the boys who were behind them. Cian and Jacques, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. Actually, who were behind? Those two boys. What is the name of two boys? One is Cian and Jacques. They were actually spending their savings for the bet. What is the bet here? Whether they will be promoted or not. Staked means bet or chanced. So they are even ready to sacrifice their savings. From morning to night, you are passing. You're going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. So the entire day, from morning to night, the discussion was whether you will pass or not. No, some were saying that they are not confident that they'll be promoted. So some are saying that no, I am not. But some say that yes, you are going to pass. So even they are trusting the friend's result, but not their own. So likewise, the dialogue, the conversation is going on that you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outbursts can't climb them down. What do you mean pleading glances? What do you mean by pleading? Making emotional appeal is called pleading. Pleading means making emotional appeal. So who is making pleading glances? GS. G's pleading glances and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. So they were appealing themselves. They were just making emotional appeals. And who was very angry? Annie Frank. She was angry that outbursts. What do you mean outburst? It is a sudden release of strong emotions. Okay. Can make note of the meaning. Outburst. Sudden release of strong emotions. So that can't calm them down. So that could not be calmed. That could not be made silent. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. Why should the author say like that? If you ask me, so she says that if anybody asks me the suggestion, what she would say, there are so many dummies. Who are called dummies? Dummies actually persons of low intelligence. Okay, she mentions them. She calls them as dummies. Persons of low intelligence. Clear, children? So she says that even quarter of the class, maybe 25% of the students in her class, they would be dummies and they should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So why should she comment that teachers are unpredictable? Because she says that they cannot be predicted what they have in their mind. So they have to decide. They have to decide whom to promote and whom has to be depromoted. Okay, so she says that so teachers are unpredictable. Here she is expressing her analytical mind. She is good in analyzing people. So she says that definitely teachers, we cannot predict them at all. We don't know what, because even teachers, we are all observing. We are observing how the children are, how their performance are, how they behave. Everything falls on their result, isn't it? So if they are so good, definitely if the students have behaved well, if they have performed well in their test, definitely they'll be promoted. So these all have been judged by the teachers only. Teachers only. So Annie Frank says that she cannot get into the mind of teachers to predict what will be their final conclusion. Clear, children? I am not so worried about my girlfriends on myself. We'll make it. So what she says, she is very confident and she is not worried. She is not worried about her girlfriends. Girlfriends in the sense her colleagues. She is not scared of those friends also and herself also. We'll make it. We'll make it in the sense we'll pass it. Clear? So she is very sure that she will be promoted. The only subject I am not sure about is maths. Actually, Annie Frank, she is very poor in mathematics. So that's why she is very scared. Only that particular subject, she seems to be what? Doubtful. Anyway, all we can do is wait. But she cannot decide immediately. She cannot go and ask the teacher also. So all she has to do is, she has to wait only. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. So what she says, till that they have to console each other. They have to convince themselves that they should wait for the result and they should have the positive attitude that they'll be promoted. Clear, children? Now, I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. I get along pretty well. What do you mean by that? I get along pretty well in the sense I had good relations. I had good relations. So she says that she has good relationship with the teachers and she might have earned a good name from the teachers only. There are 9 of them. So how many teachers were there? 9 teachers were there, 7 men and only 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old foggy who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. Now she is narrating her experience with the maths teacher. So the maths teacher, name of the maths teacher is Mr. Keesing. So how was he? He was the old foggy. Why he is called old foggy? Actually, he is an old-fashioned person. Old foggy means old-fashioned person. Why it is called old-fashioned? You know the difference between old and modern, isn't it? So old persons, old-fashioned persons, they'll have their own rules and regulations. They'll be following it very strictly. Okay, they will expect a strict discipline in the class. They want the students to be very silent. They'll expect all good sort behaviors. They'll not be very free to the children. Okay, so that's why he has been called as the old foggy who teaches maths. And frequently, he was annoyed. What do you mean? Annoyed, irritated. He has been annoyed by Annie Frank. The reason is Annie Frank has a talkative nature. She used to talk much. Okay. So as she talked so much, after several warnings, he assigned me extra homework. So being a teacher, some will be very harsh, some will be very strict in their punishment. But here Mr. Keesing, though he is short-tempered, he is very strict in discipline. He just assigned extra homework as a punishment. What is the punishment? She has to write an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. What do you mean chatterbox? Meaning of chatterbox is a person who makes noise much. Yes. So she has to write an essay on the subject a chatterbox. A chatterbox. What can you write about that? I would worry about that later, I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag and tried to keep quiet. So as soon as she got the topic, what did she do? She just noted it and she just jotted down, in a sense, wrote quickly. Jotted down, wrote quickly. She wrote quickly in her note and just tucked it in the bag, in a sense. She just carried it in the bag. She carried the notebook in the bag and tried to keep quiet. Tried to keep quiet in the sense she calmed herself down because she has to think for the points, isn't it? So she kept quiet. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. So after that, she just forgot it and she started doing her other work. And once she completed the homework, then only the note about the essay caught my eye. What do you mean caught my eye? She noticed. Caught my eye in the sense it came to her sight. So till that, she forgot about that punishment. Now she has to write the essay. Clear, children? Yes. I began thinking about this subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. So some of you have the habit of sucking something or doing some scratching work. Likewise, some will be just sucking the tip of the pencil or maybe the pen or something like that when they are involved in deep thought, isn't it? Likewise here, Annie Frank, what she did, she was just chewing the tip of her fountain pen and she was thinking for the points how to elaborate the essay. Anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. So generally what people will do, if they are punished, if they are given imposition, what they used to do, they'll simply write in big letters, they'll simply fill the page and they'll give for namesake. But here Annie Frank, she is very clever, she is very sensible, you can say, and she wants to write something in a convincing manner. Let me read the sentence again. Anyone could ramble on. What do you mean ramble on? That means write aimlessly. So what they will do, if punishment is given, it is the nature of the students that they'll take the punishment as a burden and they'll scribble and give something just occupying the spaces and they'll submit. But here what Annie Frank says is she has to come out with convincing arguments. Why should he come with convincing arguments? Why it is said convincing? So the statement that should be made in such a way that people believe it. So she has to give convincing arguments like that she has to prove the necessity of talking. She says that being a student, it is the nature of the student to talk. She wants to convince that argument in her essay. So she was thinking for that points. I thought and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. So immediately as she was thinking, all of a sudden she got the idea and she completed 3 pages with the content. See, you can just understand, you can realize her knowledge of writing. She is having an excellent skill in writing. So she was able to write 3 pages at a stretch. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. So she was satisfied that she has given convincing arguments in her essay. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. But that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit since my mother talked as much as I did, if not more, and that there is not much you can do about inherited traits. So what are the arguments given in the essay? Let me list out again. So I argued that talking is a student's trait. If you want, you can note down. You may be getting a question, what was the convincing argument of Annie Frank in her first essay? You may get a question like that. So what was the first argument? Talking is the student's trait. Clear, children? And next, what did she say? She will try to have it under her control. She will try to control. And one another thing she says that it cannot be cured. She would never be able to cure of the habit. Why she says that it cannot be cured? Because she has inherited from her mother. Actually, mother is also very talkative. That's why she says that my mother talked as much as I did, and if not more. So, mother has the nature of talking more than Annie Frank. So, she says that there is not much you can do about the inherited traits. What are my inherited traits? Actually, the qualities which you might have got from the parents. So, each one will have the inherited traits, isn't it? So, she says that she has inherited that talking nature from her mother, which cannot be cured at all. These are the arguments given by Annie Frank. So, you can get a question like this. It may be in the long answer or in the short answer. So, get prepared how to give convincing arguments, right? Now, Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my arguments. But when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, he assigned me a second essay. But as soon as Mr. Keesing read the arguments, he laughed. But what happened? After getting the punishment also, Annie Frank, she did not stop talking at all. So, when I proceeded to talk my way, proceeded in the sense, went ahead. Okay, so she was continuing her talk. When I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson. So when Mr. Keesing was taking one another lesson, she continued her talking with her friends and she was disturbing also. It was supposed, I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson. He assigned me a second essay. Now she has been given another punishment that she has to write another essay. What is the name of it? This time it was supposed to be an incorrigible chatterbox. So Keesing actually he wants to teach a lesson to Annie Frank. So he is giving the title based on the chatterbox. What do you mean chatterbox? one who continuously makes noise or one who continuously talks will be labeled as chatterbox. Again, he is giving another title, that is an incorrigible chatterbox. What do you mean incorrigible? One cannot be cured, which cannot be set right at all, one cannot be corrected. Okay, we used to say திருத்த முடியாதவங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, திருந்தாதவங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, that is called incorrigible. So he is giving the title incorrigible chatterbox. I handed it in. And Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons. So what after getting that punishment, Annie Frank, she kept quiet. She kept quiet and there was no complaint from the side of Mr. Keesing because she kept quiet for 2 whole lessons. However, during the 3rd lesson, he had finally had enough. Annie Frank, as a punishment for talking in the class, write an essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. Again, after the 2 lessons, again she was not able to keep quiet for the 3rd lesson. So what did the Max teacher do? Again, he had enough. You have a statement, finally had enough. What do you mean by this, dear? That means he was annoyed. For the 3rd lesson, when she was speaking, the teacher was annoyed, and again he gave the 3rd punishment, that is writing an essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mr. Chatterbox. So this is a different title. This man, he is keeping on trying to correct Annie Frank, but she is incurable, she is incorrigible. So the 3rd title was also based on the chatterbox only. The class roared. Roared in the sense they laughed. Roared means laughed. So all the students, they laughed at Annie Frank. I had to laugh too. Though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity on the topic of chatterbox. So she too laughed. She too laughed in the class, though she had nearly exhausted. What do you mean exhausted here? She got tired. She got tired of my ingenuity. Ingenuity in the sense originality. Actually, she was expressing her originality. But still, Mr. Keesing, he was not convinced at the essays. Somehow, he wants her to get reformed. So, he is keep on giving the title chatterbox, and she was asked to write essay. But again and again, she is trying to prove herself that she is talkative. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend Sani, and she is good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from the beginning to end in verse, and I jumped for joy. So now what happened? Now she thought of some other tactics. Now she wants to bring something original to prove herself that she cannot change her right. So at that time she had a friend. Who is her friend? Sani. Sani, she just suggested that essay can be written in the form of verse. Verse means poetry. Actually, that girl, she is good at poetry, and she told that she will be helping Annie Frank to write the essay in the form of poem. So Annie Frank was very happy and she jumped for joy. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I would make sure the joke was on him. So she could realize that Mr. Keesing, he is trying to tease, or he is trying to play fun on Annie Frank, but the reason is he has given a ridiculous subject. What do you mean ridiculous subject? Funny subject. Ridiculous, funny. So Mr. Keesing gives the title with the word chatterbox so that he can tease the girl, the 13-year girl, But this girl, she is very clever, she is very smart, she is very creative, and she has a rational mind that she wants to give Mr. Keesing something different. So, ridiculous means funny. So what she says, Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I would make sure the joke was on him. The joke was on him means she is very sure that she would outwit him. Outwit in the sense she would overcome him. So she wants to make something just to what? Make something so that Keesing will realize his mistake. I finished my poem and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with three baby ducklings and who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked too much. So what is the poem about? It was about a mother duck. So mother duck was there, father swan was there, and they had three baby ducklings. Ducklings in the sense, that is the young one of the duck, and they had three ducklings and they were bitten to death. Who bit the ducklings? Father bit the ducklings to death because they quacked too much. Quacked here refers to, that is the that is the word used for the duck. Actually here spoke too much. Quack in the sense quacking sound, but here spoke much. So as the three ducklings made much noise, those ducklings were punished by the father itself. Actually, Anne Frank, she has mentioned this story indirectly pointing out Keesing that he is unnecessarily punishing Anne Frank. But what happened? Luckily, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. But Mr. Keesing, he did not understood. He did not understand actually the inner thought of the statement of the story or the poem, and he took it as a joke. He just took it easy. Right? She thought that he will be very angry with Anne Frank. But Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. So he read the poem to the class, adding his own comments and to several classes as well, but without any difference, without making any difference in an indifferent manner. What did Keesing do? He just read the poem in the class. So he was making comments on the poem also. He did not take in a different way, and he was using that poem to read in other classes also. So likewise, he was enjoying that poem. Since then, I've been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. So since that day, what happened? She had been allowed to talk. She had been left to free, and she enjoyed the liberty of talking in the class. And she had not been assigned any extra work also. On the contrary, Mr. Keesing is always making jokes these days. So now Keesing, he has changed his attitude according to Anne Frank, and he started making jokes. He started making fun in the future days also. What do you mean? On the contrary, opposite to it. Contrary, opposite. So as I said, this is just an extract from the story from the novel, The Diary of a Young Girl. Okay, so this is written by 13 years old girl. And what message you learn from this? What message you learn generally? Any idea? No? So you don't have any special message here. You don't have special message. Actually, this is just the note of, this is just a diary entry where Anne Frank, she has just discussed her experience in the maths class. So it doesn't have any special message. Maybe as she is very fond of writing the diary and as she is registering all the happenings which she cannot share with anybody else, you can say that true friends are necessary in life to share one's happiness and sorrows. It is true that you should have some friends, not simply writing in the diary and just leaving it after death. Okay, so we need two true friends, no other special message here. And when we talk about the title justification, actually there is no hidden meaning here. It is very clear that the diary is about Anne Frank and her family and her feelings in her life. That is also nothing special to justify the title also. Understood, children? And when we talk about the theme, what is the theme here? Here it is, actually it depicts the poignant vision of a young girl living happily in the place where her life is threatened. So this is the theme here. So it depicts in the sense it shows a poignant vision of a young girl. What do you mean by poignant? Actually, it is causing the feelings of regret. So during the World War, she had to live in a hidden area and she has to spend her life for at least 2 years, and at that time she was expressing her regret about her life. Okay, but still her life was threatened there. Okay, so that is the theme here. And shall we discuss about the character sketch? So how many characters are there here? We are talking very important only about two characters. Who are they? First one is Anne Frank and the next one is Mr. Keesing. So Anne Frank is the protagonist of the story, and when we talk about Anne Frank, she is a 13 years old girl. And what else could be stated? You can say that she had very sharp brain. She had a sharp brain and we can say that she was different from other girls of her age.
And the second one.
To give different ideas through her essay. So she could think clearly and deeply. And one another thing, she had an argumentative mind. She is good in argument, isn't it? As she didn't get any points in the beginning. Quickly, very quickly, she was able to have some convincing argument that talking is the student's right, and she says that it cannot be cured because her mother even is very talkative and she has inherited that trait from her parents, so it cannot be cured quickly. So she is She had an argumentative mind. What any other point to be added? Yes, she had good sense of humor. Where can we say that she had good sense of humor? Yes? Where can we say, children? You have a place that is in page number 51. She has beautifully written in her diary, Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February, and when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday gift present for Margot. Actually, she reached Margot's place and she had made herself as the birthday gift. So, she is able to convey that is the sense of humor. Okay, that line can be quoted, that she had good sense of humor, and she is very sincere, you can say. She is very sincere about her self-respect. So she is not ready to change to the expectation of Mr. Keesing. She was very sincere about her self-respect, we can say, and she is a fun-loving person, as we saw. She had good sense of humor. Any other point to be included? She was fearless, we can say. She is fearless. How we can say that she is fearless? So everybody was scared about what? About the results, but she remained very stable that she would make it. So she was fearless. She had critical thinking. When you talk about critical thinking, you can discuss about the instances in the classroom, math classroom. And she had unbiased approach. Unbiased in the sense, no discrimination. No discrimination. She was friendly with all. And other points to discuss. She was very intelligent, we can say. She was intelligent and perceptive. She's a good writer, isn't it? Yes or no? However, essay was given, she was able to write 3 pages. So you can say that she shows great ability as a writer. And you can say that she had great love for her family members. So, and she shows very important point. She shows great maturity when she shows her great maturity, when she speaks about the importance of paper. She speaks about the patience of paper. She says that paper has more patience than people, isn't it? So from there, we can say that she has great maturity. What other point to be added? She is a creative girl, we can say. How she can be discussed as creative? Because though she was asked to write an essay, from the suggestion of her friend, she wrote a poem. She wrote a poem, and with the help of the poem, she was able to convince Mr. Keesing. So she is a creative girl. You can add up that point also, creative. I hope these points will be sufficient to argue about the character sketch of, speak about the character sketch of Anne Frank. Next one is Mr. Keesing. You have to know the character sketch of Keesing. So what sort of a person is he? He has been labeled as old-fashioned person. So you can say that he was kind. This is about Keesing. Keesing was kind but strict. He was kind but strict. And he expected strict discipline. He expected strict discipline and silence in his class. And you can say that he had been tolerant. How we can say that he had been tolerant? He kept quiet. He kept quiet when Annie disturbed. But what happened? He lacked empathy and compassion. He lacked empathy and compassion. Compassion in the sense showing kindness to others. He lost it. He did not have. He should have been considerate. He should have been considerate. He would have been considerate and more patient. And should have understood. He should have understood Annie's condition. What are the points to be discussed? Actually, as he don't have patience, we can say that he lacked the quality of a teacher. He lacked the quality of a teacher. And can also there, as per the statement of Annie Frank, what did she say? Teachers are unpredictable, isn't it? So we can say that Mr. Keesing was unpredictable because students did not think that he would give such punishment of writing essays. So he is unpredictable. So finally you can say that he was humorous. When he shows that he was humorous, finally he just agreed with the poem of Anne Frank and he too laughed, isn't it? So I think these are the points which will be sufficient to elaborate the character sketch of Mr. Keesing. I hope that I have given the detailed explanation of the lesson as well as the character sketch. And all children should watch the video and follow by teaching also. Clear children? So some of you are not watching the video very keen and you are not able to answer the question session also. Kindly watch the video clearly so that it will be helpful. Don't think that it will be repeatedly taught after your reopening. Understood children? Okay. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.